This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Ask me why I run, tell you why I run. Say the woman at the door had a doggone shotgun. That is why I run. Now I came home 1 minute to 3. He say who and I say me. He say I got company. I say young man, that is bigger me.
Good yawning this morning. Welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Tuesday, the 25th of November, 2025, and you are on the clock with Kim, Karen, Butler, Greene. That's right. Congratulations, Kim, Butler, independent candidate in last night's Golden Isles by-election, right? I'm saying congratulations to the independent because they got votes. They had a campaign. They put themselves out there. They worked on it, right? And in the constituency that they reside in, I think, yeah, she resides in that constituency. I just thought, man, I'm proud of you. You did it. You had a decent campaign. And no scandals. I mean, you just hitting all the marks. Anyway, it was my pleasure last night to call those numbers off. I don't know, it was my first time, but I appreciated the efforts of an independent candidate. Mind you now, Karen and I, we get wake on the theme song. She have a solid theme song, you know, but if I was running in last night's election, ask me why I run. By Maureen Duvalier was going to be my theme song for the Golden Isles by-election. Ask me why I run, right? Because sometimes when you're running, there's plenty pressure. But it's important for you to know why you're running. I think that's one of the most important questions anybody who's volunteering, because that's what you're doing. You're volunteering yourself to become a part of the political class. You're going to become a politically exposed person, which means your life, the life of your loved ones, will become open to the public to some degree or extent. The most important question that a politician, someone who wants to get involved in politics, has to ask themselves is, why am I running? Why am I here? What am I doing this for? Because politics are like children. You don't get a cash return. You're going to invest everything you have, and if you expect a cash return, you're doing it improperly. You're not doing it correctly, right? So for everybody offering themselves, volunteering to become extraordinary citizens, volunteering to hold yourself to standards above the norm, above what the ordinary citizen is obligated to, you have to ask yourself first, why are you there? Because we're not bending anything else. You're there to represent the people. You are there in a capacity of an extraordinary citizen. You take on extraordinary burden and extraordinary responsibility. So before you do that, ask yourself, why am I doing it? That's what we, in this social contract, like that's what all we could ask you to do, right? Before you embark on this balancing act of balancing your obligation to the Constitution, separate from your obligation to the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, separate from your obligation to the constituents you hope to represent, separate from your obligation to the party that offers you a nomination, and separate from your obligation to Parliament or to Cabinet if you are appointed. Not just that, you also have to balance all of those things with an obligation to preserve the past, to provide in the present, and to prepare for the future. You have to balance all of those things. You also have to figure out how you're going to cause or compel your colleagues, your peers, Bahamians generally, tourists and migrants in the country, to moderate their behavior, to govern themselves, and to cause others to do the same. Those are all of the things that you take on in one fell swoop. As soon as you put your hand up, you obligate yourself to all of those things. And then, hold on, I even add, and your obligation to your faith or your God or yourself. These are all things that must be considered. And while you at the rally, rah-rah-rahing and keying and daddy-daddy-daddying, right? Those politicians must always have those things in their mind. And so it is your job as a supporter to help them find the balance. It's a symbiotic relationship, like everything here on this planet. It all works hand in hand. There is no individuality. We're all required to acknowledge the extent to which our lives impact others. Okay, it's a big by-election talk. Listen, I've got guests in studio for the first segment. It's going to be an exciting conversation. And then it's going to lead us into our by-election wrap-up. Joining us in studio today, we have representatives from Teen Challenge. See all those other issues we be talking about? Now we have one of the stakeholders in the community that could give us the language and context and perspective, right, to engage those subject matters in a different way. But before we get there, listen, today is the 25th of November. It means we are at the beginning, day one of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Tomorrow, well, day one of the 16 days of activism is the International Day to Eliminate Violence Against Women and Girls. Day two, tomorrow, November the 26th, is a very special day locally. It is the anniversary of women's suffrage in the Bahamas. So over the next few days, we're going to be catching up on the calendar. We're going to be talking about women's issues, but of course, no man is an island. And we're going to be talking a bit about the men that are in this landscape with women and what we're doing with each other. We can have all kinds of talks, but joining me this morning in studio, I have two gentlemen from Teen Challenge Bahamas. Joining me is Executive Director Dr. Eric Fox.
Yes. Good to be here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Young man, introduce yourself. Remember, you got to come straight up to the mic.
Well, it's good to be here. It's a pleasure of mine. My name is Goshan Fox. Last son. I'm his last son.
Oh, okay. All right. I think you guys say it with flair. You say, I'm the last son. Right? So they know what that means. Goshan.
Goshan.
Okay. Now, father and son.
Yes.
Why you give this boy a name with purpose?
Well, you must give your kids a name with purpose, and not only with purpose now. You got to tell them what they mean. You got to teach them to walk in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people give their children biblical name, and he tell them who the man is.
Yeah.
who they name after.
And then they find out they replicating it without knowing.
Yeah, they get bloody Moses walking people.
But before the road to Damascus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to give them purpose and then watch them and train them to fulfill their purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Because from you said it, I was that's right. Go Sean. Whatever you doing, go Sean. I love the energy that comes with it.
Yes.
Okay, now, so go Sean. You are a part of the Teen Challenge Bahamas team with your father.
Yeah, so I've been apart for as long as I can remember, actually.
I mean, that's
He was
right.
born in it.
Because advocacy and volunteerism is family culture, is culture.
Yes, he was born in it.
All right, so let's tell the people, what is Teen Challenge Bahamas? When was it founded? What does it do? And who are your partners locally?
Teen Challenge Bahamas came from Teen Challenge International. Teen Challenge is a national body. We have programs in every state. We have program on every continent. Women and men program. Apparently here we just have a adult male program that was founded here in 1988 by a group of concerned pastors and individuals. Persons like Mr. Wade Sands, Gary Curry, Rick Dean, Pastor Ron Cash, Pastor Dave Lamb, Terry Russell, Pastor Cash, Pizarro. All these persons came together when there was a epidemic, on the cocaine epidemic during that time.
Stick a pin. Stick a pin. We're talking about the drug era
Yeah.
and the symptoms, the fallout of the drug era. Like, because I realize we're in 2025, right? And every day as I reconcile with my aging, I realize there's so many people and young people who have no kind of context, right? That we had this period of movement of contraband drugs throughout the country. And within that period, some of those drugs started staying here.
A lot stayed here.
Right. And we had an epidemic
Yes.
of cocaine use, and then the consequences of the presence of HIV and AIDS.
Yes, I was a part of the epidemic. I got caught up in that also. And what we see now stems from that.
Yeah.
Because the cocaine era was a nasty era where, like you said, a lot of people died from overdose, a lot of people got AIDS, and a lot of families and young people were neglected. And out of that now, we got this whole other gang culture and other culture that was primarily born out of that neglect time of neglect. But we had these men and women, one woman, Dr. Barbara Lockhart, who decide we need to do something about the problem.
And so I want to give it another context, right?
Okay.
For those of us who have been following the cannabis legislation conversation, right? And the rollout of a cannabis industry, there have been voices in that conversation that have been staunch, have given or risen staunch opposition to the legalization of cannabis, to any legalization of cannabis. And I don't know if people understand the context that those people are coming from, right? So a lot of the opposition to the liberalization of cannabis comes from experts and stakeholders that were doing work in that cocaine and drug epidemic space.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that that's how you use the word nasty. Like, that's how prevalent it was, that people, the experts today are still concerned that we have not addressed that appropriately, and so we're not prepared to move into a culture of liberalization of cannabis.
Well, see, my thing is that I'm not hard and fast to say, well, they shouldn't legalize or whatever they want to do, because when you talk about cannabis is a variety
A variety of uses.
of different products.
Yeah.
The problem we have nowadays that I've seen is a lot of young men who are walking around with induced psychosis. Now, when you look at the market, a lot of the cannabis, and I'm quite sure my son can speak to this, that is on the market is not is lab grown.
Yeah.
And it's been manipulated. And you'll find the young, undeveloped mind
not just young undeveloped mind, a young undeveloped mind that already has a family predisposition to mental instability or a chemical imbalance, right?
It normally run in the family.
Right, and then there is, like, alcohol is typically the first introduction, so now you have an undeveloped mind that's consuming both alcohol
They're
and
polyusers,
cannabis.
yeah.
And then we have another issue that users don't think about, right, which is there's the risk of contamination of the cannabis product, if it's bud, if it's flower, in the processing by the bad guys, right? And so there's a risk that because the cocaine is the more valuable of the products, that gets processed first. And if you're not cleaning whatever space you're in at a professional level, then you run the risk of the first substance contaminating the second substance.
So those guys who are doing that don't really care, but they don't.
That's what I'm saying.
They own that money, so they ain't ready.
And the risk just increases and it gets larger, right?
Right.
And so these are the spaces in which cannabis is very dangerous. Undeveloped minds, contaminated product, interaction with people who have a mental instability.
And I have a lot of them. I'm getting referrals on a lot of families who just cannot handle this drastic change in their child. They send them away to school. All of a sudden, no, they're not in the school no more. They bring them home. They're up all night. They're walking up and down. They can't function. They go on the road. People are taking advantage of them. And so now they call me, and here it is. Now, I do believe psychosis could be cured.
Okay.
Because I had psychosis also. I went and saw this a couple of times. This very same program that I'm now a director, I went to this program in 1988.
All right.
But the thing about it is this, is that when you have persons who are constantly relapsing, the brain can heal itself after a while. But if you're...
It needs to be in the proper environment.
And that's what we try to have where young men do not be relapsing, because I understand after 3-4 relapse, that's it. Yeah. And then there's also medication to help balance out the chemicals, and so these young men can at least function, have a job, and comprehend. But a lot of them, I try to put the onus on the family to pick these young men up and take them to their shots at the hospital or at the counseling center.
So even if they are unhoused or they're not residing with them, find your family. At the very least, let's get them to the clinic or to the center.
But it's more than just
schedule.
getting them to the clinic, because if even though they're getting their shot, if they're still experimenting with this substance, and it's hard, let me tell you something, it's hard for people not to experiment. I mean, this stuff is everywhere.
Well, the stuff is everywhere. The environment, right? People are in crisis. And I think that's the second part of it is, the first part is it's easy to find. The second part is, why are people so desperate to find it, right? And I think we refuse to acknowledge the crisis that exists around us.
A lot of young persons are traumatized and they're grieving. They're grieving. If you check families, even through gang violence, there's been a lot of a loss. So they're still grieving, and a lot of young persons go through a lot of trauma. Check the environment they live in. And so this substance give them like a break.
I just want to speak, like, to advocate on behalf of young people for a moment. They're adults. Like, if you're in an intimate partner relationship, whether it's your husband or your significant other, your common law, whatever, right? And when we talk about interpartner violence, you hear people say, if from he hits you once, or from she hits you once, that is over. Parents will say, come home to this house. You don't let that man hit you. You don't let that woman do you like that. What about the kids, though? What does a kid who hears that constantly, right? How do they reconcile with the parent that continuously beats them? If the messaging is that people who love you don't beat you, and you don't let people beat you, then what is the trauma that a child in a home that gets beaten frequently or repeatedly and has no recourse? How are they traumatized, right? Just to emphasize when you say that young people go through experiencing trauma.
And that's why we have a lot of youth violence, because here it is, this young person is being abused from the persons who they're depending on. So there's a feeling of powerlessness. I am powerless because I can't do nothing for myself. Here, this abuse is coming on me. So this stuff has to come out. Remember now, they can stuff it and it's going to come out in school.
Yeah.
It's going to come out on their peers. It can come out in the playground. It's going to come out on the streets. Because here it is now. They are powerless home, but they can try to get their power back.
In other places. Like,
Right, and with people who they feel they could.
They could get their power
Right.
with.
They trying to replicate the power structure in school or in the streets. So I will be the dominant figure, and you will be the little child getting.
Remember now, violence is a learned behavior. Anger is just an emotion. You learn to be violent. And so you'll find these young men and young women who grow up in these abusive situations where they have their mother tolerating abuse. If they don't get help, they'll tolerate it too. And then you have this young man who's seen this abuse. He feels this is the only way. This is how my daddy used to communicate to my mommy. Even though psychologically, he don't like it, you know. He don't like it, but he can't help it because that's all he learned.
Right
that's all
now.
he see.
And then imagine the young man who watches the mother being abused, either by the father or an outside person, feels like man enough to know it's wrong and man enough to protect his mother, but then his mother diminishes him and tell him stay out of big business. Anyway, y'all hear that music? That means we got to go to a break. When we get back to the break, go Sean, you're going to tell us what's happening at Teen Challenge.
What do we do?
What are we doing now? What do you do there? And what's on the schedule as we close out the year 2025? And what are we looking forward to in 2026? You guys, stay tuned. You're on the clock with Karen Kim Butler Greene. Way to go, girl. We'll be right back.
Even my show, yeah. Every time they see me, they shout, crazy boy. Oh. They like to see me jump around, crazy boy.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Print Masters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, you seek out the experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of a fresh start with a personal loan at Fidelity. You could win refreshing prizes like a luxurious spa day, John Boat gift certificates, a cruise for two, and more. Make that move to a fresh start today. Call 356-7764. Promotion ends December 19th.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
This corner right here is reserved for rude boys and rude girls only.
Rude girl.
If you ain't no rude boy and you ain't no rude girl, don't come on this corner.
Don't call me no rude girl.
You rude bad.
Oh, you rude boy.
He's a rude boy, 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 rude boy. Standing on the corner, smoking the peace pipe, drinking the red stripe. He don't want no trouble tonight. He don't want to have no fight. He in love with the rude girl tonight. The rude boy, rude boy, rude boy.
Welcome back. I wouldn't say this, but I ain't quite sure. Welcome back to On the Clock with Dry Bread Greene. Producer does Dry Bread, right? No? Who that is? Oh, that's the one and only. I can't believe it. That's right. That's why I wasn't sure. That's Exuma. That's Tony McKay. Me and Goshawn, we young, you see.
I remember Tony McGay.
Yeah. No, because,
Yeah, the old bear man.
Right, there you go. Goshawn, you know Tony McKay?
I've heard the name. but not quite familiar.
Okay, but let me give you a modern day context, right? So Tony McKay's life's work and music is the inspiration for the movie Nope by Jordan Peele. You know that movie?
I watched the movie, yes.
Okay. The scorer, the person who composed the soundtrack for the movie, said that the whole soundtrack was inspired by his interaction with Tony McKay's
Wow,
music
I didn't even know that.
and his work. Right?
I think they had mentioned a Bahamian in that as well. I think their
Yeah.
great-grandfather,
Because
horse
the
rider.
story of the movie is also based on elements of the life of not just McKay in the Bahamas, right? Anyway, so I say that to say this. One of the sort of traumas that it's sort of like a ghost. We don't see it, right? Like we don't touch it, but we feel it when it brush up against us. It's the effects of cultural imperialism, right? See, if you grow up like me, I grow up bougie with satellite TV. I done watch 2,000 movies, right? But I say I balance it, but that was balanced by an intentional. My parents ensured that I went to summer family islands every summer. I did summer camp. I had Bahamian experiences as well, right? But if you grow up just watching that American TV, you would expect your life in the Bahamas to be like life in America.
Yeah.
And when the two things don't line up, that could be
That's where people come and use drugs.
trauma, right? Like all of these young men who want to be basketball players, but never spurred above 5'11", right? But in their hearts, they're basketball players. The truth is, they probably would be excellent soccer players, football players. Like they'd be excellent soccer players, get scholarships, but they will never think about it because in their minds, they're supposed to be an American basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They idolize a lot of our careers. A lot of guys are going to be vloggers now. They want to be influencers.
Yeah.
They want to be rappers. They want to be drug dealers. That's a lot of things they idolize that's actually in an American society. Not really us per se. You have a lot of good Bahamian artists, but we have a lot of good other careers in the Bahamas where we need to take advantage of as well.
He's a captain. He's a captain.
Right, and that will realize like the economic journey. Like you could realize that with these jobs here.
Yes.
Exactly.
But you sort of stuck, and you can't get yourself out of that stuckness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring in this because we don't really think about it. But there's so many young people here that are like traumatized because they can't figure out why they're not living the life they think they're supposed to be living. And the only way we deal with that is community, right? We have to, with community, to show them, no, that this is fullness, that this is enjoyable, right? That this is value. And it's so easy to say, because look here, you don't see the tourists come. Millions come to experience it. We just have to you have to find the value in it for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a caller on the line. Let's take this caller and then go, Sean. We go into you. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. You still there? Oh, man, caller, I'm sorry we missed you. Okay, so, Mr. Fox Jr., what's your role at Teen Challenge?
Well, I'm assistant executive director at Teen Challenge. I've been doing that, like I said, for as long as I can remember. I assist in the day-to-day operations. We also we're trying to more transition into more career-oriented opportunities for the young men in the community and anybody who's interested in being. Mm-hmm. Like I say, I'm a licensed captain. I'm a licensed engineer. I've been to school to do marine engineering. I'm a diver, a fisherman. So we try to integrate that along with a lot of other things we do. So myself, I'm a captain. My brothers, they're engineers. We fix jet skis. We fix boats. We recently bought a fishing boat. We're going to do commercial fishing. So you don't necessarily have to be in the program, but anybody who's interested in just coming just to learn a trade. We have a next guy who work with us. He's a body man. Do fiberglass work. We spray. We have an in-house where we come together as a team where we actually could move forward.
Okay. All right. Let's stick a pin. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Ms. Greene, your guest, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I like the topic, right? And tell your guests, I always tell people, hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem right now. A lot of people nowadays hurt, right? And they actually lashing out at the public to try to take back their power because they're hurt. They try to take their food on people because these people hurt, you know.
Right.
These
Yes.
people, they ain't monsters. These individuals just experience so much type of stupidness in their lives, right? They never have no one in this world to tell them they actually worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have people around them to tell them they ain't worth nothing.
Yep. They take their power
what
from
you
them.
think- So I tell people, what you think can happen?
Yeah.
These are the type of people you have, and guess what? They are actually rejected by society.
Yeah.
People actually look at them as dogs. People wouldn't talk to them. People wouldn't socialize with them. So what you think can happen?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well,
Hurt
absolutely.
people hurt people.
You're so right,
And
my brother.
drug abuse, right? I think from a personal standpoint, right, it's self acceptance. Because you could be around people that do drugs, right, and you actually don't do it, you know.
Yeah,
course.
definitely.
A lot of people do it just for social acceptance.
Yes, sir.
I've been to school, right, and I've been around so much different circumstances, right, and nothing phases me. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I could be around people who drink. I go to the bar and just order lemonade. But people do it because of social acceptance.
Social acceptance.
Because it looks cool.
Yep.
And because they want
I don't
to
know.
feel
I probably have a
cool.
curse in the way is that things society does don't affect me.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm totally numb when it comes to social ills and things that happen. I could be around. You could do drugs. You could smoke. You could drink around me, right? And it basically wouldn't affect me. I wouldn't do it because I don't look for social acceptance.
Wow.
I got you. All right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Go, Sean. What are the programs the Teen Challenge Bahamas are offering right now?
Right now, you talking about like outpatient or?
We do residential treatment where we take people in off the streets.
Yeah.
You get a bed, you get clothes, you get counseling, you have a place to stay with food and what's not.
Because I think we realize in Utah there is a non-sober living program. Most residential programs in the state require you to be sober to get a bed. This program says, listen, we know that the risk of houselessness, the not having a place to stay consistently with security is one of the drivers, right, of addiction. And so we're going to give you a place to stay while you get sober.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Right. The requirements to be there are sort of different. Like you have to work or you have to be a part of a program.
Yeah, part of a program, yeah.
But they don't require you to be sober to get a bed because they know
No,
you
come
need
on.
a bed to get sober.
Yeah, that ain't none of our requirements.
Okay,
Because if you could get sober, you ain't need us.
I love it. No, I love it.
So we like I say, in the past, the Teen Challenge is a religious program.
Okay.
But for a long time, we've been pushing religion, and we give plenty of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, too, we have a spirit, we live in the body. So a lot of the young men, we had a lot of men that were relapsing because they get all this spirituality and they go up with their family, but they ain't got no skill.
Mm-hmm.
You could be in there praying all you want, but we get light bill, you get cable, you get food, you get put on the table. You need to go do some work. Pray, then you can pray now, but go to work.
That's what's stressing you.
And so here there's these young men, they don't have no skill. So they can only go get these low paying job, and then they looking at, person, they go work to a gas station, the person pulling up in a nice car. But why can't I get a nice car?
Yeah.
Why can't I get someone nice in my life? Why can't I get clothes? And so we what we do, we provide the basic necessary amenities for you that you don't have to hurt your head. Okay, you ain't got to worry about food, you ain't got to worry about clothes. Now what you do, you focus on yourself. That's where Goshen come in.
Yeah.
We have a carpentry shop, we make furnitures.
Yeah.
We paint house, we can do just about, trust me, there ain't nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's a number of variety of different things we could do.
We can do.
All right. So listen, let me get a sense of the program. I'm an MP in a constituency. I've identified, say, 10 at-risk men from...
Now, when you say at risk, what you mean? A lot of people use that word, right? My thing is everybody at risk.
Right.
So
you
and me at risk.
I'm identifying these men. So as an MP...
These they ain't at risk no more. They're using it.
When I come through the community, right, I realize that, hold on, 3 out of 5 days, these kids are not in school at this hour of the day. 5 out of 7 days, these men are sitting in these same areas. And I get a sense that they don't have employment or they don't have a structure. Can I call Teen Challenge Bahamas and say, hey, can you come in and make an assessment? Can I come and talk with you about these individuals I've identified?
You have some of them might have want to come into the program. We could bring the program to them also. We could develop a program in the community for them.
I got you.
Which makes it easy for them. A lot of these men still have a place to stay. They have families. But the time they take sitting on the block, we could develop a program. We did a program in the summer where we put together all the wood on our truck, and we went to the young men and we taught them how to put together table and chairs on the spot.
Yeah, because then how y'all gonna sit and lime and carry on bad and slam domino if you don't know how? Like how you gonna slam and break the table if you don't know how to fix the table?
And then when you put the table together, it's your table.
Yeah.
So you could actually say, you see the same chair, I built this chair.
Yeah.
So, and then for those who like for instance, Goshen is in the marine field. Not everybody have a desire for the water.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can't swim.
Yeah.
So if they gravitate towards that, right? But this is a career, there's something I like to do. It's more than just riding the jet ski and being there showing off. This is the career. You can go to school, you can get your license.
Man, listen, you could be the mechanic and never go on the water. I don't like the water. You be the mechanic.
Yes.
And still be the jet ski king.
And then but we open that door, but it doesn't just stop at us. We have different institutions like PTVI. You could even go. He got a scholarship and went to Australia. So they are different to school. So once we see you gravitate in that area, we can now. He is the pattern. Like the
model,
the prototype.
Yeah, the prototype
of what you could do.
Yeah, awesome. Listen, I still stuck on Australia.
I know you get all the way up there. I know I ain't been up to graduate.
How big are the mosquitoes? Guys are Bahamian. How big are the mosquitoes? Cultural exchange.
How big?
Yeah.
Honestly, I went to the city. So it was a lot of, I did see a lot of different
wildlife
thing, but it wasn't as bad as people say because in the city, there in Sydney, it's not as much. But I did see a lot of like different funny looking spiders, and I was like, yeah, I far from home, I ain't come up here to do this.
What I find, the reason I asked you that, right, is that Bahamians generally, and I think men particularly, Bahamian men learn differently, right? Like they do education, like they educate themselves kind of differently. And our people, when they go abroad, like almost any strata in life, when they go abroad and they're exposed to just a different setting, they juxtapose the two of them together and it makes sense. Like so many Bahamians go abroad and figure it out, right? And so this opportunity for exposure is often the catalyst for many people.
This same program here, I went to Teen Challenge we have a training center in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And that's where we send men, young men. And I went up there in Pennsylvania. First time I ever leave Bahamas. I left one night. The next evening, I in snow up to my knee. I ran some totally different people I'd never seen in my life. I'd never been to the United States. And here it is now. I'm exposed to this different environment, but guess what? I adapt. And I realized that this is something I can do.
Yeah.
Had I stayed here, I probably would have went back to my old way of life.
And every young person deserves that opportunity to experience life change in that way for them. Listen, we got to go to the break. Go, Sean. We got some musical history to talk about. That's Tony McKay, man, Rude Boy. Y'all stay tuned. On the clock. We'll be right back.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Man, I can't wait to eat. I am starving.
You know our sport never disappoints. Boy, I left my wallet in the room. No way I'm going back.
Relax, buddy. You've got your phone, right?
Yeah, I do. Perfect. Just pay with $100 from your digital wallet. Good thing $100 transactions are seamless, safe, and convenient.
Yep, $100 saved the day.
Experience the convenience of $100, the digital currency of the Bahamas. Whether you're dining out or anywhere else, $100 ensures seamless transactions. Join the future of payments with $100.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
This corner right here is reserved for rude boys and rude girls only.
Rude girl!
If you ain't no rude boy and you ain't no rude girl, don't come on this corner.
No, don't call me no rude girl.
You rude bad.
You rude boy.
He's a rude boy, 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 rude boy. Standing on the corner, smoking the peace pipe, drinking the red stripe. He don't want no trouble tonight. He don't want another fight. He in love with the rude girl tonight. The rude boy, 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 rude boy. The office, what? Your mama calling you. Boy, she got a switch.
Welcome back to On the Clock. Today we've got Teen Challenge Bahamas in studio with us. I'm looking at the annual report.
Yes.
Is this published online?
It's not published online, but we need to put it online. But anyone can get it because we are non-profit.
Right, so we could come to the center and pick up a copy.
You can come
wanna
pick up
take
a
look.
copy of our financial statement, our board meetings. Teen Challenge is not a mom and pop store. I'm just the executive director. We have a board of directors.
Yes.
We have a board of directors. But we have regular board meetings. No monies is in my name. You'll see the board of directors there. You'll see our financial statement.
The balance
So
sheet.
if you want to give to this program, the money's going into account. I'm only the director.
All right, so let's tell the people how they can give to the program.
Well,
we're going to call 434-8111, or we're going to come directly to the center.
You can come to the center, or you can call me, and I can give you the banking information. You can send the monies to the bank, or you can write a check to Teen Challenge Bahamas, and we do an annual report. We also do a mid-year report.
Okay.
Because we answer to social services, and we answer to the people who banks and
your
companies.
donors and your funders.
We answer to them. They can
Yeah.
see where the money is going, and they can get a regular. They can call, and I can hook them up, and we.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where is it located?
We are on Marshall Road, South Beach, right next to. If you come to Marshall Road, it's the Residential Learning Center, then it's Bahamas Academy, then it's us.
Okay.
It's Teen Challenge Bahamas.
And that's heading east
That's
from
heading
Faith, or
That's coming off Blue Hill Road.
Coming off
heading-
Blue Hill.
heading
Coming off Blue Hill.
west.
Coming off
I
Blue
got
Hill
you.
Road. Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Boy, look here, the Seaview Drive. That's the best kept secret in the Bahamas. When I discovered Seaview Drive,
Yeah.
and cut out all that traffic. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So that's another thing I think that we don't think about in terms of the types of crisis or the things that people are experiencing, right? This one is particular for me. Like time is something that's finite. 24 hours in a day. That's all we have, right? And each day. But some people have more time than others. Some people can afford to pay other people for their time.
No, they ain't get more. Ain't nobody get more time than nobody else.
Listen, some people could afford to pay
Some people them just
for other people's time, right? But people who cannot pay for
Yeah.
other people's time,
Yes.
right? They're stressed because they're trying to figure out how to get as much done in that
In that
24
time.
hours as they can. And for parents in particular, people who caretakers of dependents, this is stressful.
That is another thing people don't understand, that you need to take control over what you have control over. Like, for instance, I go to bed early so I can get up early. And so I can stop getting me a cup of tea. This morning, I leave home. I don't have to really beat it off until like 9 o'clock, but I leave home like 7 o'clock. So I cruise and these people behind me blowing, pom, 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 pom. But listen to me. I went to bed early so I can get up early so I can cruise.
Yeah, but Uncle, I don't have 45 minutes. I don't have 45 minutes to make a journey that should only be 20 minutes because I get to do 36 hours worth of things in this 24
We'll get up early.
hours.
Suppose something happen.
I up.
Make
Hold
room
on.
for that.
No, I up. I've been up from 4. I work in my second job now, right? So for some people, for some of us, it's laziness, right?
Yeah.
But for some people,
I understand. For some people, yeah.
yeah,
Some people is trying to get from one place to the next.
right. They do an 85 job one time, you know.
Yep.
But that's when society comes together, and then as workers, right, as people who have jobs, that's why you aim to do the best job possible. It's not just for your bonus and for your pay and so that you could look good, but it's because other people rely on you doing your job properly.
Yes. Right.
So that what they need to do can get done.
Get it done
Right?
properly.
And that's the social contract. That's what we owe to each other. That integrity. I'm going to do my best because I know you rely on me doing my best, right? So the people who work in the road, they got to rely on the person who cut the road to do a good job. So when they go in the road, a good job is done.
Job is already done.
Right? And it all works together. Okay, so we talked about residential treatment services, counseling, seminars, workshops, prevention, intervention in schools, anger management. What does anger management, what do your services look like? I don't need to be residential for that, right?
I can even come to you. I do house calls. I come to your house. Or you can come meet me in the office, or we could meet by Starbucks, or we could meet by the beach.
For personal, now, can I bring Teen Challenge into my company? Because my company is retail, and what I found is that my staff, I could see they get agitated, right? And so with observation, I realized that some of these customers ain't nice, right? And I want to help my staff
to communicate better to them.
Right.
And don't get stuck into
that, right?
Yeah.
Their trauma.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people feel like when they spending their money,
they can talk to you any kind of how.
right. Yeah. Also, for like, do you work with the police or right? Because the police also need anger management.
Oh, yeah.
Right. No, this is psychosocial services. Yeah. They go through so much trauma on a daily basis.
Everybody need anger management.
Yeah.
But think about it. Everybody gets angry. You can fool yourself and lie. I don't get angry. You do. Because annoyance is a small level anger, you know.
Yeah.
A person going from annoyed, those things can uncheck will get. You think a fellow will get pissed off and break up something? You think that has happened? No, that didn't happen.
No.
That built up to that.
And he probably been holding it in.
That's the problem right there. And so I do seminars for staff. You have a staff you want me to come in and really talk with them. I'll come and give them the basic, and then even after that, because let me tell you what happens. If I come and do a staff, right, I'll have to give them my personal contact so we can meet afterwards. Because some of them have relationships issues that they want you
in the office, but they
can meet me.
Yeah,
I can even talk to them to employees and listen to me now. Mm-hmm. I got a special rate for your staff. Maybe you could pay half, or they could pay half, or maybe we want to cover the whole thing. Mm-hmm. This person is a good person. They come on time. They fit, but they just got a little. Sometimes they bounce off the handle.
Yeah.
And you want to keep them.
Yeah.
I can help you with them.
Yeah, because they're good, and it's just something small. It's something small.
Yeah, I can help you with them.
Yeah.
You know.
We don't need to discount people and throw them away.
No. People can fix. Hope.
Yeah, I like how you say that. I putting that on a T-shirt, you know.
Well, people can fix. People can fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if they want to fix, though.
Yeah, you have to take responsibility now. Because what you don't take responsibility for, you can't change. Mm-hmm. You have we live in a country where a lot of people like to blame people. Or do you know no one can make you angry?
But listen, how did you know one of the most dangerous bits of socialization? She make me hit her.
See how I see?
No.
The situation triggered you.
And you made a choice.
Right. I when she did that, I got angry.
Yeah. You got angry, and guess what? When you get angry, there are 3 things you can do. You could stuff it, you could play like it ain't happening, or you could escalate, or you could direct it. Now, stuffing it, that means you when you stuff it, you putting it on yourself.
Yeah.
You're abusing yourself. When you escalate, you're abusing someone else. But you can redirect it. You can figure out why do when someone says something like this to me, why do I feel a particular way?
So let me ask you a question. If I on the road, right, and the young man car in my lane with me, and I beat my horn politely, and he turn and row me, like if I tell him, man, why you don't let me just throw the car in the bush one time because that's where you heading? Is that directing it or is that escalating it?
Well, I mean,
because for me, I cracking a joke.
yeah, but see,
Some
the record
people-
it mean you getting it out. Now you might get it out in the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're not being abusive or being disrespectful.
Or he can take it the wrong way.
Or you can take it the wrong
Because
way.
I being helpful. You want put it in the bush, and I can help you put it in the bush. I figure I being helpful, right? But sometimes
living in the country that we live in this country, everybody on air, especially around the Christmas, sometimes it's best not to say nothing.
see, I would have my windows up while I cursing, right? Because I talking to myself.
No, but
Like you say, I directing it
Bro.
within the confines of my car with my windows up. But the police say you must be able to hear emergency vehicles, so sometimes I have to put my window down,
Crack 'em, yeah.
and you hear me talking to myself.
Yeah.
But I talking to myself.
Yeah.
Let me talk to myself.
But it's always good. It's always good to have someone to talk to. Like for instance, these things just don't happen, right? Like it's interesting. If that, let's say for instance, that situation you have on the road in the morning while you coming to work, right? And that ain't gone no place. That situation ain't gone. Even though the guy gone, that ain't gone. Now when you go for lunch, you might come here and someone do something now. If you was a 1 on the road, you come in here, you a 1. So when you go from 1 now, someone do something, you go into 4 or 3.
Yeah.
And then by the evening, you like 6, 7. And normally, the people who get the brunt of the abuse are people you love.
Yeah.
You take it on there.
The children don't know what happened. You left here at 1 and you came home
At 10.
at 17.
Okay, and they get the point of
What
it.
happened
So
to
that's
me?
why you got to defuse. You got to learn how, and that's where the counseling come in. Where I teach you how to defuse.
Yeah. And are you going to teach me how to tell people what I need? Right? Because as a mama...
You
right?
got to
I said,
people can't
listen,
read your mind. You got to tell them what you
yeah,
need.
say, look here. You know, when I come home, my feet is be hurting. If when I come home,
I love for you
have
all
a
the-
bucket of water and put the Epsom salt in it. Give mama 10 minutes
Yeah.
to soak her feet before anybody start talking.
Yeah. And then I get...
And then things will be different.
And then we can talk. Life is both exchange.
Listen, gentlemen, that's the music playing. We gotta go, but
Alright.
not for long, because Go Sean, y'all gotta come back on, right? Listen, if you want to reach out to Teen Challenge Bahamas, you can call 434-8111. That's 434-8111. Producer, just as we go, you're having an event on the 20th of December. Let me give the people the details. Breakfast in the park.
For the
Retirement for the homeless. Retirement park at the bottom of the old bridge.
On Marquis Street.
And Bay Street intersection. This year's event is in honor of Andre Chappelle and David Johnson.
Yes.
Right? 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. the 20th of December, 2025. Haircuts, food, clothing. If you know someone who is in need, if you can direct them there,
Yes.
please do so. And let's treat people with dignity.
Yes.
Right?
We serve them.
Yes, absolutely. And us on the road, let's treat them with dignity. They're going through something. And we need to help them get through it if we expect them to be parts of the parts of society we expect them to be. Gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. I saw we ran out of time.
Yes.
Okay, 20th of December, breakfast in the park, retirement park. Reach out to Teen Challenge Bahamas if you can support, if you can donate, if you can assist. 434-8111. Building located on Marshall Road, west of Blue Hill Road, east of Faith Avenue.
Yes.
There you go. You guys have a wonderful day. And remember, if you hear me call myself Aisha on a ghost move, I can go check somebody in Mars, man. Check